Hello, guys, and welcome to your market report for this Monday, the 6th of August, 2018. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here. Now, the first thing we're going to get talking about right now, we're not going to talk about it long, is cryptocurrency. We're looking at Bitcoin today, and it's $6,923. It's completed the first bottoming process here, and it gives you a buying opportunity number one. It's giving you buying opportunity number two. It's giving you buying opportunity number three. So let's take a look at the charts, and let's open them right here. $6,924. Buying opportunity number one, number two, number three, and it's completing buying opportunity number four. Listen, guys, you've had four chances. You're not going to get too many more chances before this market turns over back into a bull market again, some point in the future. Now, I don't know the exact point she's going to turn over back into a bull market again, but the excitement's going to come back, and it's going to come back big time when this market turns back into a bull market again. But for right now, we're losing the excitement as the days go by, and we're in this bear. And we're going to continue in this bear until it completes this cycle or process. Now let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. $253 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 47.4%. We're looking at most of the coins down today, except for Ethereum Classic, which is up, and it's up 4.52% at $17.42. It's the only coin that's really up today. Let's take a look at the silver price. We're looking at the silver price today. It's down, but it looks like it's going to head back into a range of around $15.40. Probably in the next couple of days, it's going to rebound back to $15.40. It's at $15.30 right now. It's down 8 cents on the day. Now we're going to take a look at stock prices. We got we're in oil right now. Okay, we're in oil. We might as well do oil. It's up 95 cents on the day, 1.39%. It's almost $70. Now, oil's a big thing, you know, because we very possibly could be heading into a period of inflation directly, because of what the Fed's doing. If we take a quick look, well, first let's do the markets, and then we'll take a quick look at the bonds. The markets today are down 68 points on the day. 25,394 is where the markets are right now. Now let's take a look at the bonds. We've got a flattening yield curve here. Today, the yield curve is flattening, and we're looking at 2.93% on the U.S. 10-year. It's dropped back from 3%. It was 3% to touch 3%. It's dropped back from 3.1% at one point. We've definitely got some buyers in here that's keeping these yields suppressed on the long end of the curve. And this is what's flattening this yield curve. It's changing my forecasts that I made earlier in the year because I thought these bond prices would explode. Somebody is buying them and keeping this from happening. I suspect it could be the Exchange Stabilization Fund that's doing this, directly injecting money by buying the bonds. This would mean it's a backdoor sort of a quantitative easing at the same time that they're performing quantitative tightening, which means that they're a bunch of crooks that are lying to us. But this will change my forecasts. It means that if this is true, what they're doing, and it appears that somebody is holding this long end of the curve, long bonds are holding the prices, the yields down, it's going to change my entire forecast. It's going to mean that we're going to go directly into inflation and bypass this deflationary shock event, which would have meant a collapse in the markets. it would also mean that the cryptocurrencies, because I was expecting the cryptocurrencies to experience this same deflationary shock as the stock markets and go down massively in price, it means we wouldn't have this massive drop in cryptocurrencies or the stock market. In fact, everything will start to heat up as the velocity of money starts to go up again. So it means that basically they're putting a pie in my face because of their manipulation of the market. Is the market's not going as I expected it to go. But if this is actually happening, as it appears like it is, I have to be flexible with my forecasts. And I have to say, hey, you know what? This is not going the way I expected because they're manipulating it. Anyway, so how's it going to go now? Well, it could go entirely differently. We could go right into a hyperinflation over the next year or so. Because we were going to end up with hyperinflation anyway, even if we went through a deflationary period. But if we bypass that deflationary period, heck, we can go straight into hyperinflation. So anyway, I should do some shows on this and start to take a more serious look, especially as these bond yields stay suppressed on the long end of the curve. I should talk about this more on my program. Anyway, let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index right now. 95.44. So the dollar's staying strong, but what's it being compared against? This is the whole thing. This is what really matters. It's being compared against crap. So if you're comparing the dollar to other crap, then it looks good. It smells good. You know, whereas the dollar is not good. But it's being compared to other garbage. Garbage worse than itself. So then it looks like the best thing out there, so because it's being compared to other garbage like itself. Now, China, you know, I'm here at Zero Hedge right now. It says China is now left with just 3 options, and they are all equally bad. Well, it's talking about this this massive trade war that's going on right now, and China's options to fight back against this trade war. You know, China and America have been involved in trade for years, going back to the time when there was a lot of opium in China, and they had the British Empire and everything else. You know, China was a poor country. The people in China were poor, and the people in China are hardworking. They're industrious. They've pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, and there's been a trade going on with America for years and years and years. And you say to yourself, well, who's getting the better of the other guy in this trade? The Chinese are giving the Americans shoddy merchandise. But on the other hand, you got to understand, what are the Americans giving China back for that shoddy merchandise? They're giving them these dollars. So the Chinaman, he gets a handful of dollars, and he looks down at his handful of dollars, and he's got green ink on his fingers, and the dollars are still hot off the printing press. So who's cheating who? You know what I mean? It's like they're both cheating each other, you know, but they've been doing this for years, and it's been a happy situation. But the Chinese people have been slowly getting a little bit richer and a little bit richer and a little bit more well-to-do all the time. But what have they been spending that wealth on? So they accumulated all this wealth that come the Chinese people from the Americans, this newly printed money and everything, and they've made themselves wealthy, and they've went out and they've spent. Guess what they put the money in? Ghost cities. And I've done shows on this. It would show what these ghost cities is. That's been buying crap. Buying buildings that, again, made by the Chinese that are ready to collapse into the ground. And they're like, I own that apartment up there in that building, and it's worth $2 million. Apartment number 394 CA. Up there, way up there. Look, isn't that beautiful? Let's go up and see my apartment. So they go up the elevator and they see their apartment, and there's no power on in there, and there's no sinks installed or anything, and there's no flooring down or anything, you know, and the whole building's getting ready to collapse. What kind of an investment is that? But it's worth, like, right now, it's supposedly worth like $2 million. You know, this is the craziness that's going on in this world right now. Honest to goodness. So anyway, I think I did the Dow Jones already, and it's a crazy world out there. The whole thing's getting ready to collapse, really. And I don't even know how to explain how all of the world's value is getting ready to go into cryptocurrency. This is so bizarre. It's almost as bizarre as what's went on with the trade between China and the United States, but we know that's happening, and we know it's setting up for this. Everything's setting up for this. It's going to be the weirdest thing in the world. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye for now.